Hi, I'm Kathy Dodson.
And I'm Jocelyn Lindsay. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minute Indie Insights. You wouldn't wear a cocktail dress to a job interview, right? So why would you send your book into the world in a wrinkled old Word document? Today we're going to talk about Atticus, your secret weapon for formatting and writing and things that you can do with your book without having to have a tech degree or a fairy godmother.
That's right. And one thing that is interesting to note is Atticus is mostly for PC user. There's something very similar called Vellum that's for Mac user. But these things make formatting the interior of your book super easy. And Jocelyn's going to show us how.
I'm going to show us how to do this. We hope. Let's see here. Okay, screen. Where are you? There we go. Share. Can you see it, Kathy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, get rid of those notes. All right. So when you first open Atticus, I'm using it in the website, but we were just talking before the call how we sometimes go back and forth between the app and the website. But either way that you get into it, when you first open it up and log in and go to the home page, you're going to see the books that you have formatted. And you can see that I have 3 books up here that I have been working on and formatted so far in Atticus. If you don't have a book and you're just getting started, you can upload a book, you can start a new book, which is just like you're using Atticus then as like a word processor. You're just going to start typing in things. Let's just call this as test, Jocelyn, project, test project. And then click go get of Atticus, and it's going to open with that cute little dog face. And it is immediately going to start setting up what the formatting of your book is going to look like. So you'll have a title page here. You can fill out your information. It starts with copyright page. There's contents where you get your table of contents. And then you just start filling in the body with chapter 1. And it's really easy to just keep adding new chapters down here. And you can just write and keep going through your whole book. You could copy and paste out of a Word document. I haven't done that before. Have you written yet in Atticus, Kathy?
No, I don't. I just write in Word. It's so easy to upload.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you want to do this route, you can use Atticus as a word processor. But if you're using a Word like we are, you can upload a book, and that's really simple as well. I'll find something here and upload it that we can take a look at. Here's a short story I'm working on, and then just type in Alice Jocelyn novella, and then it will get out and it'll format it and put it right in. Oh, then it wants all the rest of this. Can we just do this without? Okay. There we go. So once you fill all that in, you're ready to go. And it should be, there we go. It's uploaded it into Allison. And here it is. There's the chapters. It's formatted copyright contents. You can add other pages like more chapters. You can add a new chapter.
You can put your end matter in there, like your acknowledgments and your
Exactly.
after one little hit, you'll see how it automatically loaded her chapters. In your Word document, make sure that your chapter titles are heading in Word, right?
Exactly.
Normal text, they need to be heading. And then they do this, and the table of contents is automatically done for you, which is amazing.
Yes.
The other little hint is when you do your scene break, do the 3 asterisks right in a row. Don't try and get cute and kind of thing. This gives you, we'll show you in a minute where you can do that. But when you have the 3 asterisks in a row and you upload it, it automatically puts those scene breaks in for you. You don't want to have to go do that. That's why you use this, to make it easy.
Exactly. Because if you don't do headings and you don't do those asterisks for scene breaks, it is going to give you one big giant rolling document that then becomes a huge pain in the butt to format out. So here really quickly, there's preset layouts. You can add any of those for back matter. It's so easy. So here, let's just open one of these chapters. I don't think I have scene breaks in mine, but if you want to have a scene break, you can insert these asterisks up at the top. The top, it's just like Word. It's like any other program. Click the scene break. It puts in a scene break. So very simple to use. You can add images. You can add call out boxes. You can add the text message format. You can change the style of headings. Very exactly like a word processor. The key of this is it will make your formatting so much easier.
Right. And another really fun trick is when you find errors in your book, and you will, on the right hand side, you can see that search bar, the little,
Yes.
that one.
Magnifying glass.
And so the magnifying glass, and it brings up a search bar where you can search by chapter or by book or something that you've misspelled, or say you want to change a character's name or anything like that, and it will do it in the whole document.
Yes.
Very easy to use. And there's also like the quote things. It'll tell you if you are using a combo of straight and curly quotes, you need to use one of those. So for the writing part of it, it really makes it easy. And thankfully you have to shuffle. Then you get into the formatting.
Exactly. And the formatting is what's really fabulous. If you go into book details, oh, I went wrong thing. I went into the wrong spot. Come on. It's because it's hidden behind my Zoom. There we go. Yep. It's hidden behind the Zoom share. Okay. So if you go into up here, there's two options, writing, which is what we're in, or you can go into formatting. And when you go into formatting, you see a lot of different options of how you can templates for how you can choose to format your book. Now you can pick one.
Is look how cool they are. They're like ones, and
I love it. I love these ones that have the pictures on the chapter opening pages, and it will format your entire document. That's the beauty. You do not have to go through page by page and do this to every page. It absolutely will add. It changes the font. It changes. Here's a book I was working on that has little tennis shoes for a chapter entry, and with this one, you can create your own template for whatever your story is. And like I did mine for the Hellgate Chronicles. And I just found one of these templates that I liked how it looked. And then I went in and I changed the fonts. I went in and changed. So all you have to do is like with Allison's story, where the three dots are down at the bottom, you can edit it. And then you get to change all the different things on the inside. It's so easy. I could get lost in these. You can do drop caps, small caps, and when you change them, it will show you over here what it's going to look like. So if you're just having drop caps, so you're constantly seeing in the right what you're changing in the left. And where we put that scene break in, you can change what the scene break looks like.
I change mine every time. In my women's fiction books are different than the scene break thing.
Yeah.
For my mystery.
Yeah, and the other beauty about this, you change the trim size to what the size of your book is going to be, and it will make your book look like that size. I have had clients try and do this in Word, and it always makes it funky. This is a place you can go and immediately put it up. I have a 6x9 book. I have, a 5 1/4 by 8. And it is going to come over. It will show you what that book will look like. And the best thing about this, it will change the page numbers for you. Because over here, the right side, you can choose if you want to look at it as a print. You can choose iPad. You can, Kindle Fire, Paperwhite. You get to see what your book looks like in that specific format. So when I choose it as print, I immediately see this is 105 pages. I could, if I change it to 6x9, that's going to change how many pages it is. And this is where it always slows down for me. It's going to calculate that page count. Then you know immediately, like if you're getting your covers designed by a cover artist, or if you're doing it and you need to know how big the spine is. See, it's 88 pages at 6x9, but you need to know how many pages there are so you can tell your cover designer to how wide that spine's going to be on your printed book. And then the beauty of the beauties is exporting. Right. Then you could export it as a PDF, which you use for a print, or you can export it as an EPUB, which you use for your Kindle books or your electronic copies.
And it's so easy, and you can play around with it. If you make a mistake, if you make horrible mistakes, just delete it, start over. It's that easy.
It's totally that easy to do.
Oh, you know what? One thing that's super cool, go back to writing.
Okay. Without saying.
And let's go down to put an end page in there. Like
an epilogue or
like do about the author.
Okay.
So here's something that's super cool. And now that it's about the author, now go down to the 3 dots again. And where you should say it. Hang on, my Zoom stuff is in the way now. And then if you can see, there's a way that you can have it save one version for your ebook, and another version for your print. I just can't see that.
That's the 3 dots next to the chapter. If you open that up, you can begin on. Well, it's where is now? Okay, it was there.
I think it's not. I think it's mostly for the front matter and back matter.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
If you go down to that back matter chapter, yeah, include in.
Yeah, there we go. Now, when you open up the dots, the 3 dots to the right of the title, you can do one. You could do a copyright for ebooks and then a copyright for print.
Right. And it's really important because you may want, say, in your author page, you may want hot link, right? So where they can click on something that's going to go straight to your website or straight to buy your next book or whatever. So that's where you do that. And then you can just have it be regular in the print book. Exactly. The first of them look the way they're supposed to.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you can click on links in an ebook and then just have the link in the print book. So yeah, I've done that. That's really handy. So this is, like Kathy said at the beginning, there's Vellum for Mac users, but if you're using a PC, Atticus is a very easy way to go, where you don't have to you don't have to have an MFA in formatting books, and you don't have to pray for a fairy godmother to come save you. This is like an amazing help.
It really is fantastic. It's a one-time purchase. So just you'll spend far less on this than you will on one book, getting someone to format it. And you can go change it whenever you want. When you pay someone to format for you, you have to pay them to make the changes, and then you have to get in line for when they have the time to do that. Yeah. So if you have technical capability at all, if you're decent on a computer, use one of these programs. It will make your life so much easier.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes your life easier. It makes uploading to Amazon, to Ingram, to Kobo, to anything easier. Yeah, this is just a really great shortcut to have if you're doing your formatting.
And it's cheaper in the long run.
And it's way cheaper in the long run. So I think that's because you want to get your book out there, and you want it to be easy for you. That I think is one of the biggest things when you're doing so much already. You want it to be easy. So if you've already used Atticus, let us know. We'd love to hear what worked. We'd love to hear if you have any shortcuts or secrets that you've used.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your tip.
Love any tips and tricks you have that you would love to share with us. And keep going. Hit publish. Let us know what's happening. Subscribe, like, ask us questions. We're here to help.
Yep.
Talk
All
to you
right. See you
soon.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.